Hello everyone! How you guys doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get into the video session. Here we go! Just after this. Racing Evolution on Nintendo GameCube. As always. Yeah. How you guys doing today? Yeah. Okay. Excellent stuff. So this is gonna be quite interesting today. So today's video is about Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Really interesting. Nintendo Switch sales. They're rapidly, yeah. I can't just give the information away right now. I'll wait for that. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Welcome back on my video session then. So in today's video session, we are going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch sales. So how far have they gone now? I mean, every time I've been making videos on Nintendo Switch, the sales go pretty high, man. And the amount of systems is bigger, man. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy what's been happening. I don't know how to say this before even starting this whole information. I really don't think the Nintendo Switch is that good, man. But still, it's rapidly selling really fast. That's really weird. Because to me, I don't think there's that many games on this system. It's like just like really overhyped. Anyway, so let's continue with this. Here we go. Right, so this is about Nintendo Switch sales. Okay, now if we look at the Nintendo Switch sales, they are not slowing down. I know we got we got three different Nintendo Switch models, isn't it? Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch Lite, Nintendo Switch all OLED model. Wow, look at all these models they released. Now the OLED model has been doing a lot of runs, hasn't it? It's been making a lot of sales because of its new amazing features. I think people actually like the features. So there's so many people actually pouring down. So the sales on this system are not slowing down. They're getting much becoming much better than before, man. This is just amazing, yeah. I don't know what to say about this. Now these sales are much better than before, okay? Now, if we look further into this information I want to give you, this is gonna shock you now. I don't know if you already know this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. The Nintendo Switch has beaten. You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Before we go into that, just after this. Woo! What has it been? Oh my god, you gotta know this. It's gonna drive you off the wall. Woo! Come on, Racing Evolution. This game's not been on Nintendo Switch, man. Weird, man. And this is one of the best Ridge Racer games ever developed. Well, in my opinion, it is. Music's ace, man. Wow. Now, the Nintendo Switch has beaten the Sony PS4 and Nintendo Game Boy. Yes, it's finally beaten these machines. Well done. Finally, it's got to where I was waiting for this day to happen, and it really, really happened. So where does the Nintendo Switch stand now? Yeah. So the Nintendo Switch, do you know what? It's at number 3 best-selling games consoles of all time. Check it out, man. Wow. It's at number 3 now. Absolutely amazing. Beating the Sony PS4 and Nintendo Game Boy. Hold on. Hold on that. Okay. Right now, here we go. So, what are the numbers? Yeah. First of all, I will give you the information. Then we'll go by separate as well. Now, the Nintendo Switch sales are up to 118.99 million. Okay. Nintendo Game Boy is 118.69. Can you see that? Now, if you look at Nintendo Switch sales, it was 118.99. Okay, now both of these got 118, but the point here is 99. With Nintendo Game Boys, 118 again with 0.69. So it's beyond that system as well. And also the Sony PS4, which is lower than these ones, which is 117.2 million. Check it out. Absolutely amazing. These systems, yeah. Now, the further on systems is left to beat are 2 left. It's only just 2 left. Okay, here we go. The first one is Nintendo DS, which has sales of 154.02 million. Okay, it's got that. And the second one is Sony PS2, 155 million. Let's just stop there for a minute. Now, if we look at these systems, yeah, clearly Nintendo DS is not even an impressive handheld system, man. I don't think it is. It's not even an impressive system. Yeah, it's got dual screens or stylus pen, yeah, blah blah, whatever. The software it had, they weren't that exciting, man. Yeah, the games it had, they weren't even exciting. It was a far worse system than the Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Nintendo games are. If you heard of the Nintendo games SP, that was one of the greatest Nintendo handled uh, model I have ever seen in a portable games console. Really good, man. And the games that system had, yeah, I don't think any Nintendo system out there is good as Nintendo Game Advance. Not a chance. If we look at the startup, Nintendo Game Boy, yeah, that's a good one, yeah. Then we have Nintendo Game Boy Color. That's another good one, yeah. Then after that, we had Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Okay, so many different models there. Then we had Nintendo 3DS. Oh, sorry, Nintendo DS. Then Nintendo 3DS, Nintendo Switch. Now, if you look at all these machines, none of these systems had gaming like Nintendo Game Boy Advance. No way. Not a chance. And look at this Nintendo DS. 154.02 million sales. That looks insane. That looks crazy. And look at the other one. Sony PlayStation 2 with 155 million. That's even more crazier. What made people buy this damn system? Seriously. This system was far worse than the Sega Dreamcast. Yeah. I never thought the Sony PS2 were good as even the Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, they weren't even good as them. Customers make wrong choices, don't they? They don't know what the heck they're on about. They let it down, yeah? Sega Dreamcast really badly. Now, when we look at the GameCube, Nintendo GameCube has one of the best video games of any games console. I'm not just comparing it to just to Sony PS2. I mean, if you look at every single games console, even from Nintendo, including Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, Nintendo Switch, even they're not good as Nintendo GameCube. None of them are. Now, even from the systems from Sony and Microsoft, even they couldn't compare with it. Yeah, this is quite crazy because the most important games are on the Nintendo Game Boy Advance and Nintendo GameCube. Nothing has ever beaten them two games. Okay, Nintendo Game Boy Advance and Nintendo GameCube had less sales, but that's for different reasons, yeah? That doesn't mean the gaming is bad on them systems. No, that's like different reasons what happened there. But really, if you look in the real world, Nintendo Game Boy Advance is definitely the best portable games console, yeah? And Nintendo GameCube is the best home games console. That's guaranteed. Okay, now I'm gonna go separately into this. All I can say about Nintendo Switch, yeah, is got the sales over the Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X. That's good. But really, the Nintendo Switch is not good as Nintendo GameCube. Don't get me wrong. Why do you think Nintendo's trying to use the Nintendo GameCube update? Why is he trying to add them games? There's some amazing games on there. I mean, the games that Nintendo GameCube owns, Nintendo Switch doesn't own them. No. Whatever Nintendo Switch games it has, it's not even comparable to Nintendo GameCube games. It doesn't have them interesting games that the Nintendo GameCube owned. Alright? There's quite a lot of Nintendo GameCube games. There's a lot of games from Nintendo game exclusives and third party games as well. Both of the sides of it. It's really, really impressive Nintendo GameCube is. Nintendo Switch is not even at that level, man. Okay, because almost its handheld mode is making them sales. It's not the actual games, man. Even though it does have some few Nintendo game exclusives, fine, but it doesn't mean the Nintendo Switch is an awesome system. It isn't, man. It's just this. It's just the sales. It's just making the system interesting. But if you buy this system, seriously, you gotta consider this. You're not gonna get entertained with the system. Trust me. Even Nintendo Switch has so much sales. There's not that many games on there. I'm being honest with you. If you don't believe that, go out there, buy this thing. Look what's gonna happen to you. You'll buy it, and then I don't think you're gonna be playing it much. You wouldn't. It's not much. There's not much on there really. Okay, so you gotta consider that. For me, yeah, Nintendo GameCube is one of the greatest games console of all time. Not because of its sales, because of its gaming quality. I'm talking about that side of thing. Okay, when we look at the gaming quality of the Nintendo GameCube, it surpasses every single games console out there. The main point about this is it's not about, you know, your system's got more sales. Oh, this one's got more sales. Let's go out there and go and buy it. No, it's not that. It's about having a lot of entertainment and fun out of it. I've noticed that when you buy a Nintendo GameCube, it gives you lots of fun, man. It gives you lots of fun entertainment. But when you buy a thing like a Nintendo Switch, you buy it and you buy some of these games, it tends to get boring really quickly, man. Seriously. The most majority of people who buy it, they tend to sell it back again. It goes back in shops again for sale. Yeah, I've seen those of them. The most majority of systems people buy, then they go out there and sell them off again. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing that Nintendo's not telling you, man. So, so even there's it's got this much sales out of it, they will be going back into the shops. There's not much games on there, man. It's just gonna bore you. Now I'm gonna tell you separately just after this. Okay, yeah. Now the final piece of information. I'm gonna go in order of the sales now. Here's a game like this. Absolutely crazy. Where are the Ridge Racer games on there? They haven't got any. We're so lucky Nintendo GameCube was one of the best Ridge Racer games called R-Racing Evolution. That's the soundtrack playing from that game, you know. What you can hear right now. Ooh. Okay, the final information. Here we go. The sales in alphabetic order. The three systems that I was just talking about. It's only just about them. Okay, Sony PS4, 117.2 million sales. Nintendo Game Boy, 118.69 million sales. Okay. And finally, the highest one out of all of them, Nintendo Switch, 118.99 million sales. There you go. So that wraps you all up now. Now you know how far the Nintendo Switch has gone so far. Well done. So there's only just two left to beat. Nintendo DS and Sony PlayStation 2. That's all. Right now, Nintendo Switch is at number 3 of all games consoles. Really good, isn't it? Yeah. So remember one thing. Don't get too excited about these sales, I would say. Because end of the day, you want to buy a system that entertain you. I don't really fall for these sales, man. Who cares? Because end of the day, these sales are for the company. They've got nothing to do with us. Yeah? I don't want to be funny. When we look at these sales, they're global sales. Do you think that these sales are quite a lot? Nah, they're not. They're not. Even when we look at Nintendo DS and Sony PlayStation 2, how many sales is that? It's not even 200 million sales. It's nothing, man. It's not even 250. It's nothing. I'll be honest with you. If you look at this whole gaming prospect, it's just not. It's not that far if you look at it properly. Okay, these systems might be the highest ones, but I'll be honest with you. Nintendo DS and Sony PS2. They're not even exciting systems. These systems are overhyped. Yeah. Whoever bought these machines at this rate of sales, it's crazy. Because I've seen these systems, Nintendo DS, seriously. I mean, that's a worse system than Nintendo Game Boy Advance and Nintendo 3DS. Yeah, it's worse than them. It's much, much worse. How the hell did he get them kind of sales? That's weird. I think I've covered this before about Nintendo DS. It's not actual games, alright? It just isn't. If you look at Nintendo DS, they're coming from flashcards. You know flashcards? The R4DS, them flashcards. Because you can put free games in there, like for Nintendo DS, ROMs, emulators. You can have, photo, music, and videos. It's of that nature. Yeah, that's made this system a success. Weird, isn't it? That idea made it a success. Using that dual screen. You can have, like with a photo at the bottom screen, you can have all the thumbnails viewing at the bottom. And when you click on it, you get the photo on the top screen. It was that kind of technology. Yeah, that's what it was. It's weird. That Nintendo Switch, even with that now, what's going on there? Why is that getting so much sales? Nintendo Switch is getting sales because it's a handheld mode. Okay, that's all it is. And it's got a few Nintendo games, and it's just getting sales because of that. It's a handheld, isn't it? Nintendo handhelds are always, selling well. That's all it is. What about Sony PS2? Why did that sell? Quantity. Quantity. There's no quality in it. If you look at most majority of these games, they're on Nintendo GameCube. If you look at all the best third-party games that the Sony PS2 owns, is the same as on Nintendo GameCube. And the games that the Sony PS2 only has and which are not available on Nintendo GameCube, this is boring titles. Yeah, they're boring. So, in a way, when we look at the GameCube and PS2, when you see the similar games, that's the best games that Sony PS2 had. And you had some extra games that looked quite boring. The majority of sales is coming from quantity. There's no quality in it, it's quantity, man. How many quality games would the Sony PS2 have over a GameCube? Not much. Now, alone, Nintendo GameCube games coming from Nintendo game exclusives, they're too amazing, man. There's no way the Sony PS2 could touch that. I have to clear one thing. That, the games that Nintendo GameCube owned, especially Nintendo game exclusives, these games were even better than Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, and Nintendo Switch. They haven't got these games, man. No, they don't own them. They were important games that should have appeared on the Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, and the Nintendo Switch. They're still on there. So now what they're trying to do, they're trying to get this Nintendo GameCube update on there, so they can get them games as well. But is that the way it should be? No. They should be releasing them Nintendo GameCube sequels, not releasing a Nintendo GameCube update. I don't agree with that. Fine. You should have the Nintendo GameCube update. Nintendo knows he's not going to get them. He knows that he's not going to get them. So instead of what they did, they're just releasing a Nintendo GameCube update. But they're not. They've just lost all them developers, man. They're not going to be able to get them sequels, man, on the systems. This makes the Nintendo GameCube the greatest games console of all time. Why? Because he has them kind of games that you will never ever see ever again, which is a great shame. There's quite a lot of exciting games on the Nintendo GameCube that the Nintendo Switch and even the Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X never gonna get them. Not a chance. Nintendo GameCube is always gonna be my favorite games console of all time. And we very also remember they released that Panasonic Q games console, and having that system on with the Nintendo GameCube added, there's nothing like that you can ever produce. So there you go. Anyway, you could go and buy a Nintendo Switch. We got these kind of sales here. 118.99 million sales. But remember, even you buy it, you might end up getting bored of it and even selling it in the end. That can happen with it, I'm afraid. Because if there's not that many games, how are you gonna make it 10 with it? You should do your research before buying this system. These customers are not doing that. All they're just doing that, just going out there and just buying it. And then when they buy it, they don't like it. Then they sell in the end. And then what's the point of that? But this is a good business for Nintendo because like when people buy it, they're making money out of it. But when they're making money out of it, and the customer who buys it, he wastes his money on it. Yeah? And there's no point of that in the end, innit? I will seriously recommend that people should buy the Panasonic Q Games console. Why? You get Panasonic features, multimedia technology from that side, from Panasonic, and from Nintendo, and for Nintendo, you'll get the Nintendo GameCube exclusives. Like there's no games like that out there. So there you have it. Give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.